Yeah, obviously not what we wanted to do, not what we came here to accomplish. We knew getting off to a good start was going to be a big deal for us. Looking at 4 games in this tournament, which was the scenario we were in. We came here to play 4 games, to win 4 games. The way things lined up for us, coming off of what we were able to accomplish the last 2-3 weekends. And honestly, we were a pitch or 2 away. I really thought once we had the 1-out strikeout on 1A in the first inning, we came back and made a really good pitch to Ranesh. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he goes backside. It was like hit like a pro V1. And it just kept carrying and carrying. And then credit to them, in the first and second situation. In the second, we get the gift with the pop-up on the bunt. We're in a situation where we're competing for a ground ball double play. We didn't make a pitch there. We left something up, and Houston did a good job. And I really think that 5 spot early on allowed them to settle in. We had a couple opportunities in the 3rd and 4th with the middle of the lineup where we didn't cash in. And when things have gone well for us, those individuals and that opportunity that we built with patience in those middle innings, we really needed to respond that way. But credit to Wake Forest. Tom and his staff do a phenomenal job with their program, their team, a very deep and talented lineup to navigate through. There's some very talented offensive players there.
Questions?
Excuse me, Coach Pell, you mentioned the Super Balls. Do you think is offense is it a problem? The balance, the imbalance in the game right now?
You're talking to an ex-pitching guy that used to throw diamond cutters back in the mid-'90s. You can talk bats, you can talk balls, you can talk not getting to the top of the zone in a TrackMan zone. I think the one thing that we obviously know, nobody's going to say, we're playing with a Major League Baseball right now. And we have 5th, 6th year grown men facing a lot of young men that maybe are a year or 2 out of high school, because those higher end arms are going to sign professionally. So I do think the balls have been a factor. Everybody wants to point to the bats. The bats, we're testing them. We're doing what we can with them. And it's not that it's a bad thing. I just think there needs to be more balance there. And I think when you see some videos of some very talented, our game is stronger than it ever has been. But when you see some of the swings and some of the distances, it just makes you go, what do we got going on here? Because you don't see that at the professional level. They swing wood in the cave. They swing wood growing up. I'm not saying they need to go to wood. What I'm saying is there could be a little more balance.
Who do you plan to start against North Carolina, and what do you remember about the March series against them?
I remember 3 beautiful ball games. We do plan on starting at Andre. I believe he lost a 2-1 battle on a Friday night for a conference opener. I do remember us losing, I think, 6-5 in 11 innings. 3 very close ball games. I think the Saturday game was 2-2 in the 8th. And as I've told Dom and his teammates all year, you can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the country when you play your style, when you play your brand, and when you do the little things right. These guys love playing for each other, and that's what we talked about post-game. Tomorrow's game doesn't allow you to get a win and move on in the tournament, but the one thing these guys love to do is play for each other, and they get to do that one last time tomorrow, and that's going to be special for a lot of guys.
What about the decision to go with Aiden today? Can you kind of walk us through that process?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people across the country are running back guys on 4 days, 5 days rest, stuff like that. Our scenario is a little bit different. When you look at it, where the RPI, where the season has been, we have to win 4 games to get there. Ryan has done a phenomenal job the last 3 weeks to put us in position to win 1-0 against Florida State a couple weeks ago, to come short rest and go toe-to-toe with Zeal. The Notre Dame the week before, arguably one of his better outings. He has towed the rubber and done everything we've asked him to do. And he has a bright future ahead of him. And I'll say that again, he has a bright future ahead of us. We knew we had to win 4 games. This was going to take a team effort, not a Ryan Andre effort. I just didn't think it was fair to him. I didn't think it was fair to the other guys. We all needed to chip in and do our part. That's where that decision came into 4 games instead of 1. And I've done it here where we've brought back guys on short rest, where you're winning. And I know some people are going to say you got to go 1 game before you can go 4 games. I just think when you looked at the whole landscape of it, we were going to need to win 4 games. We were going to need to do the little things right along the way, and that was going to take everybody.
Dom, for you, kind of reflecting on the last couple of weeks, I mean, you guys had to fight hard just to get here. What do you think that showed about the character of this club?
Yeah, you know, we love playing together. We love playing for each other. This is one of the closest group of guys that I've got to play with through my 4 years, and I think it really showed that we came together and we just kept putting up quality games.
It feels like that's just part of this program's DNA, right? I mean, you guys, it feels like every year you find a way to scrap and claw and get your way here.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, you know, we know that we're underdogs most of the time, but I think that kind of motivates us to, you know, go out, play together, and, you know, we have a lot of fun doing it.
It's funny you say that, Aaron, because last night one of the text messages I got was from Kyle Hess and Dylan Simmons. They're playing against each other in the Florida State League for the Daytona Tortugas and the Fort Myers Mussels. The uniforms were terrible, but it was, hey coach, we owe Wake 1, go get them tomorrow, you know. And then we have a little saying of BTA, but you know, hail to Pitt and all that. It was neat to see. But like you said, these guys love playing for each other, and it's the lifelong friends that they've made. And it's been great to see. This young man to my right, 3rd generation Pitt Panther, what he's evolved into, but what his game has evolved into, and the confidence. And you can look statistically how it was like his brother. They're going to argue who had a better senior year, but it just stayed the course. 20-game hit streak early in the year, table setter for us. That's what this program's about. They've developed into really good, not only players, but outstanding student athlete and true gentlemen.
Anybody else? Guys, thank you.
Thank you.